So, we now have a new governor of New Jersey. Or is it just the same governor with a different face and a different voice? Honestly, all these campaign promises seem to be written out of the same playbook, except with a different face and a different voice. Let's see. Let's go down the line. Cutting taxes, lowering health care, making housing more affordable, cost of living expenses, cutting them down to something that us Americans can afford, making our states more energy efficient, and on it goes. Honestly, I have not really been deep into politics for any kind of period of time up until President Trump started running in 2016. And that's when I started paying attention. And what an eye-opener. I guess you can say, in other words, he was actually an eye-opening experience into what exactly is going on in the United States and how this one businessman can prevail and show us changes. Now, with our new governor entering into office, you say cutting taxes. You say lowering our health care. What else? Making housing more affordable. Cutting costs of living expenses. Let's see, what else? It all seems to me that these words, again, are coming all out of a politician's written handbook. Every one of them says this. So, where do you go from there? Where's our playbook? Where is it written exactly what you're going to do for us? About the taxes and the health care and the so on and so forth. Where is that in writing? Me personally, I'd like to see a written essay on exactly what they are going to do to help our New Jerseyans. Let's think of it as school. Everybody went to school. So let's think of it as school. A project, an essay, taxes. How or what are you going to do? Let's see. Healthcare. Again, how are you, what are you going to do? And on it goes. Making housing more affordable. Let's see it in writing. How and what are you going to do? How are you going to save us New Jerseyans from the ongoing crisis in New Jersey alone? Let's see. Show us in writing. Let it be written down. Your written plans to show us that we're going to do A, B, C, D, and not to mention, not just repeating out of that political playbook that, like I said before, every politician seems to spew their words out of it. I know every runner has a past, whether good nor bad. But what do they have to offer to the people presently. Wouldn't we as New Jerseyans, as Americans, be more comfortable seeing written solutions to each of these issues at hand? Show us your written plans of fixing everything that's wrong in our state, and so on and so forth. Not only written plans, but do you have backup plans to your first plans if they don't go right? If they fail? Honestly, that would make us more secure as people to see it. To see what you have, plan A, plan B, even plan C. I know personally, I would like to see it in writing, which would lead to more credibility, I think. And basically, it would hold the elected officials' feet to the fire to get things done. Now, I'm not just speaking about New Jersey. Let's turn our attention over to just across the waters, New York City. God help them. They're our neighboring state. They're not that far away, which is even more scarier. New York, in God's name, what were you thinking? What were you people thinking? This is my personal opinion, but I'm sure it's opinion of a lot of people. Now, this is one person that I would look into his past, that I would see what he stands for morally, economically, in every aspect of his life. Now, let's see. Where was he born? Wow. He was born in Uganda. Is he a citizen here in the United States? Well, technically, yes. But then again, technically, he owns dual citizenship. Is that good for America? Is that good for New York? You have your feet in two different countries. Does that make people secure? I know it wouldn't me. Now, Mondani, if that's how you say his name, is a self-described Muslim Democrat socialist. What does that mean? Muslim Democrat socialist. Let's look up the word socialist. Socialist. Let me put my glasses on for this one. Because I'm reading it directly to you. Socialism is that in any society where anyone holds equal wealth, there can be no material incentive to work because one does not receive rewards for a work well done. To further argue that incentives increase productivity for all people and that the loss of those effects could lead to stagnation. People want to be recognized for their work that they do. It's just natural human beings being human beings. People live on praises. It's called boosting your ego. It's called encouraging your self-worth. Does socialism do that? No, they want to be equal across the board. No matter what you do, we're doing it equal. We're doing it monotone. Really? Okay, so let's go on a little bit further. Okay. Socialism. The traditional phase. Socialism. Where does that lead to? Let's take a look. Socialism. It's just a phase between socialism, communism. Do we want that? Do we want it anywhere near us? I'm not even going to comment on this gentleman's religion or whatever or what have you. I have to end it here. Communism. It doesn't belong in the United States of America. Bottom line. So, you want that socialism? Everybody's praising Mandani for introducing socialism into the state of New York. That's not the road that I would want to be on. I'm not even going to comment on him being Muslim and so on and so forth. That's his religious beliefs, and honestly, that's his business. But, with that being said, let's recap all that I just said. New Jersey has a new governor, but is it the same governor with a different face and voice? Will we have written step by step on how you are going to solve our problems instead of just speaking out of that infamous word book for runners to get into office? Is it all just words? Or will we see action in New Jersey? God, I hope so. I'd like to see it in writing. That way, I'd like to hold their feet to the fire and say, well, you said this, but you're not doing it. You didn't tell me how you were doing it. It's as simple as that. Everybody went to school. Everybody knows how to do an essay. Everybody knows how to solve problems. Or can they solve these problems? Or is it beyond them? But they were elected to solve the problems. As for New York, no. I feel sorry for Florida. And all the talk of if Mandami, is that how you say his name? Mandami got into office, they'd be heading over to Florida. There better be a lot of extra flights. The government better open up so those flights can go out tenfold. Because I tell you what, I wouldn't live in New York City. We shall see what happens. And only time will tell. With that, I'm going to say have a good day. Please be safe. It's a crazy, crazy world out there. Please watch your back. And if there's anybody who needs real help out there, try to do what you can. Because you know what? We're all human beings. With that, I'm going to say have a good day.